Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into one that sparked a lot of debate. Freida McFadden's Never Lie.
Oh, definitely. It's huge, right behind The Housemaid in popularity, but wow, the reactions are all over the place.
Exactly. People either seem to think it's like genius-level thriller writing or, well, a bit of a mess, logically speaking.
Yeah, a real love it or hate it situation. So our plan today is basically twofold. First, lay out the plot, it's got more twists than a pretzel, and then really dig into why it split readers down the middle.
Okay, let's set the scene. We've got newlyweds, Tricia and Ethan.
Yeah.
They're house hunting, get caught in this massive blizzard, right?
Mm-hmm. And they end up stranded, not just anywhere, but at this remote mansion.
Belongs to Dr. Adrienne Hale, famous psychiatrist, best-selling author, who's gone missing. Classic setup.
Totally. And Tricia feels it immediately. Something's off. There's a light on upstairs, a man's boot print near a bookcase, little things that just scream.
It definitely ramps up the tension quickly.
It does. And then Tricia finds it the big discovery, a hidden room.
And inside.
Tapes. Hundreds of cassette tapes. Turns out they're Dr. Hale's therapy session recordings from, like, 3 years prior?
Ah, so that's how we get the backstory. Clever.
It's the core mechanic, yeah. It lets us listen in on Dr. Hale and her patients, piece together what led to her vanishing act.
So who are we listening to? Besides Dr. Hale, the author of The Anatomy of Fear.
Right. We meet her key patients through these tapes. There's PL, supposedly suffering from severe PTSD.
Okay.
Then Gail, who has OCD. And E.J. Edward Jameson, who Dr. Hale diagnoses with narcissistic personality disorder. A lot of readers initially think Ethan might be E.J., actually.
Interesting. So the plot really kicks off with these sessions.
Well, it kicks off with Dr. Hale trying to end sessions with E.J. He doesn't take it well at all.
Narcissistic personality disorder, you said. So rejection probably isn't his favorite thing.
Not even close. He blackmails her, says she has to keep seeing him for free. And then it escalates, demands illegal oxycodone prescriptions.
Whoa, okay. Risking her license, her whole career. What did he have on her? Must have been huge.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But this is like the major sticking point for so many readers.
What was it?
A video of Dr. Hale slashing someone's tires?
Wait, what? Slashing tires, like road rage. That's the big secret.
That's it. And this is where people really started questioning things. She's rich, famous, successful.
Couldn't she just apologize, pay for the tires, maybe countersue for blackmail, it seems? Small.
Well, exactly. The reaction planning murder, risking everything feels wildly out of proportion to the initial crime. Why not just handle it legally or even just, pay the guy off?
It's a huge leap. That lack of proportion really sets up the absolute chaos that follows.
Oh, it does. It's the catalyst for everything spiraling. Which brings us nicely into unmasking the killers. The twists start coming thick and fast here.
Okay, deep breaths. Let's unravel this.
Right. So Dr. Hale, being a therapist, pretty quickly figures out something's off with her patient PL, the one with PTSD from a supposed cabin massacre.
Yeah.
Turns out PL wasn't the victim. She was lying. She was the killer. Killed her fiancé and best friend because they were cheating.
Oh, my God. Okay, so Dr. Hale finds out her patient is a murderer and calls the police.
No, not exactly. See, Adrienne is still desperate to get out from under EJ's blackmail.
Oh, no. Don't tell me.
Yep. She sees an opportunity. She blackmails the murderer, PL, using the murder secret, forces PL to help her get rid of EJ.
This is dark. Really dark.
It's darker. PL, whose real name, by the way, is Patricia Lawton, goes along with it. She snatches EJ from a casino.
Abducts him,
brings him back, and Adrienne, she traps him under the floorboards in her office. There was this hidden space from some renovations.
It just leaves him there.
Leaves him there. He suffocates, dies.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Layer upon layer. But we, the reader, are learning this through Tricia listening to the tapes, right?
Yeah.
We think she's just finding this stuff out.
Correct. Until the ring incident. Tricia's wedding ring falls off, rolls under the sofa in Adrienne's office.
And leads her to the loose floorboard, the trapdoor.
Oh. Bingo. She finds the trapdoor, finds EJ's body down there. Horrifying discovery.
I can imagine.
But as she's reeling from that, the tape she's listening to keeps playing, and it reveals the biggest twist yet.
Go on.
The voice on the tape, the patient PL, Patricia Lawton, the killer who abducted EJ. It's Tricia.
Wait, our narrator, the scared newlywed Tricia, is PL, the killer.
She is. The entire internal monologue we've been privy to, all her fear and confusion, potentially an act, or maybe extreme compartmentalization, but most readers felt it was a bit of a cheat.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So the person guiding us through the story is actually the sociopathic killer from the tapes.
And it doesn't stop there. The tapes keep giving. Tricia learns something else down there, something about her dear husband, Ethan.
Oh boy, what now?
Turns out Ethan's mother was Gail. Remember Gail? The patient with OCD?
Yeah.
Well, Ethan,
Yeah, he killed her.
for a massive insurance payout. Adrienne knew about it, recorded it.
So Tricia finds the body, finds out she's the killer on the tapes, and finds out her husband killed his own mother. All at once.
Pretty much. Talk about a rough afternoon.
So now we have two confessed killers. Married, stuck in a house with the body of a third person they both had a hand in killing.
You got it. And instead of freaking out, they kind of bond over it, confess everything, become this instant, terrifying power couple.
Okay, but Dr. Hale is still missing at this point. What happened to her?
Yes. Tricia, ever the pragmatist, decides Adrienne knows too much. About EJ's murder, specifically. Fears she might crack under pressure eventually.
So, Tricia eliminates the loose end.
Tricia kills Adrienne. Yep.
Is anyone left alive besides Tricia and Ethan?
Well, there was one other person, Luke.
Who's Luke?
Adrienne's boyfriend, a computer whiz. Turns out he'd been framed for Adrienne's disappearance and was actually hiding in the house the whole time. Secret passages, keeping the place running, trying to figure things out. He'd even set up a security system.
Hiding in the house, while Tricia and Ethan are there.
They eventually find him, realize he knows way too much, saw things. Another loose end.
So they kill Luke too.
They kill Luke too, cleanse late.
Good grief. The body count is staggering. But you mentioned Tricia was the architect. This wasn't just bad luck with a blizzard.
Not at all. That's maybe the final, coldest twist. Tricia planned the whole thing. She knew about the house. She engineered the trip so they'd get stranded there in the storm.
How did she even know about Ethan and his inheritance situation?
Dr. Hale told her. Back when Tricia was her patient, PL, Adrienne mentioned this guy, Ethan, whose mother Gail had died, leaving him well off. Tricia filed that away, sought him out, married him, all part of her long game.
She targeted him specifically for this end game.
Looks that way. She orchestrated meeting him, marrying him, the trip, the stranding, all leading to this moment where they could, theoretically, get away with everything. It's chillingly calculated.
No wonder the book grabbed people. The sheer audacity of that reveal, realizing the narrator you trusted was pulling all the strings.
Absolutely. That shock value is potent. But it's also where the problems really surface for a lot of readers, which takes us into the criticisms, the plot holes.
Right. Section 3, the reader backlash. Let's talk about this sociopathic narrator problem.
Yeah, this was a big one. People felt cheated, I think, because Tricia's internal thoughts for, like, the first 3/4 of the book read as genuinely naive and scared.
Like worrying about making a wrong turn in the snowstorm, feeling cold, being surprised by things.
Exactly. So when the reveal comes that she's this cold, calculating mastermind, readers were like, wait, who is she performing for inside her own head? It felt inconsistent. Lazy writing, some called it.
Couldn't you argue, though, that it shows just how deeply sociopathic she is? That she maintains the facade even in her own thoughts, like ultimate compartmentalization.
You could argue that, and it's an interesting thought, but the writing itself didn't really seem to support that deep a reading. You know, there weren't those subtle tells, those hints of darkness beneath the surface in her thoughts that you might expect. It just felt like a switch flipped rather than a mask dropping.
Okay, fair enough. And it wasn't just the psychological stuff. There were some very tangible plot holes people pointed out.
Oh, yeah. The infamous magic fridge.
Right. They're snowed in. Power's likely dodgy. It's a vacant house owned by a missing person.
And yet somehow the fridge is just conveniently stocked with bologna, turkey, eggs, enough for meals. It just appears.
Yeah, that pulls you right out of it. What else?
The police investigation, or lack thereof, Luke, the boyfriend, gets framed. But he'd installed a security system.
Which the police just didn't check in a high-profile disappearance case.
Apparently not. A system that would likely have shown Tricia entering the house around the time Adrienne vanished. It felt incredibly convenient for the plot.
And the ring. Finding the trapdoor just because her ring rolled under the sofa.
A bit too convenient, maybe. Almost cartoonish, some said. It felt like the plot mechanics were showing.
There were the professional issues, right? Given the author is a doctor herself.
Readers, especially those in healthcare, jumped on the HIPAA violations. Dr. Hale supposedly introduces people in public, like her boyfriend, saying, "This is my patient, Gail."
Which no doctor would ever do. Huge breach of privacy.
Massive. Things like that. Plus some critiques of the writing style itself. People mention the focus on a white cashmere sweater, Or lines like, the husband got the big guns. It created this weird tension. Super popular book, incredibly twisty, but also flawed.
So it really boils down to this push and pull, doesn't it? It hooked readers, kept them guessing, delivered a massive shock.
Absolutely. As a page-turner, it clearly worked for millions. That final twist is genuinely surprising.
For many, that surprise came at the cost of logic, consistency, character believability. Basically, the narrative structure holding up to scrutiny.
Precisely. The shock seemed to override the need for coherence for many readers, which raises a question, about the genre itself. Is the ultimate goal now just the biggest, most unexpected twist, even if it unravels everything that came before?
It's like the gotcha moment is the entire point.
It seems that way sometimes. The feeling of being fooled is the payoff, more so than a story that makes perfect sense start to finish. People seemed willing to forgive the plot holes because the surprise landed so effectively.
And the ending. Tricia and Ethan literally get away with it all.
Completely. They buy Adrienne's house, the murder house, they start a family. They are living the suburban dream built on multiple homicides.
It's bleak.
It is. And that final chilling thought from Tricia, she's looking at Ethan, her partner in crime, the father of her child. And she admits to herself, basically, that she'll probably kill him too someday, if he stops being useful or convenient to her.
Wow. So no redemption, no justice, just two successful psychopaths.
Pretty much. And they're raising a child in that house. It leaves you with this really unsettling feeling. What does it say when the happy ending in a thriller is the villains winning completely with the promise of more violence to come? Maybe that's the final meta twist McFadden leaves us mulling over.